These are the moments you can't plan for. These are true, real, raw, emotional moments derived from the greatest art form, the greatest physical spectacle that we have come to love, and that is professional wrestling. There's no white piece of paper, there's no verbatim script written. These are raw, true, real emotions. And in this moment, in this emotion, I've become who I'm supposed to be. I've been given a great gift. The great gift is this roster. The great gift is this company. The great gift was my opponent, Tyrus, who so generously sacrificed himself on my behalf to become the world's heavyweight champion. This is my third world's heavyweight championship, but the road to number 3, it was a road of suffering. If you have any idea of my history, maybe you know, but maybe you don't. The last year of my life has not been easy. It has been difficult. I have been broken and broke, physically, mentally, heart, emotion, friendships severed, relationships scattered, and it's all because that suffering is why I can become great. Because you suffer not to play victim, to not wallow. You suffer so you can conquer, so you can achieve. Suffering is the greatest gift you can be given because it gives you something to fight back, fight against. It gives you something to fight for. As the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, I have a lot to fight for. I have an entire locker room that is looking to me as their leader. I will fight for that. I have a company who put their faith and their stock in my skills, ability, and passion. I will fight for that. I have a fan base that can be turned on a dime because we are going to be the best wrestling product in this world, and I swear that's true. I can fight for that. But through all that fight, the most important fight is the fight for yourself. In this moment, I have become who I'm supposed to be. In this moment, I have self-actualized. In this moment, I am over, man. In this moment, I am EC3. Time world champion! Thus spoke EC3.
What is up, you beautiful people? This is Gary Horton. This is the NWA, the show celebrating the past, present, future, history, legacy, tradition, the greatest sports entity of all time. Of course, we're talking about the National Wrestling Alliance. Kyle, you're already shaking your head, and I don't know why. It's a new era.
It's the this is. It gets me every freaking time.
For me, it's your microphone's definitely not on. Your audio's going through something else. Not like
me.
No, Gary.
This thing.
Yep, it's not on.
All right.
Nope, not on.
I can hear you, but it's just not as
that better.
That's Joe and Kyle have been recording voiceover for tomorrow's new era of Power. We can tell you that right now, Joe Galley in his head, he can hear audio proper. He's stuck on it.
I can hear audio. Oh boy, breaking news, everybody.
Well, you know, the great part is it's not like we were talking before this. And
That's very true. He never brought it up for like 7 minutes.
No sabotage. You were just sitting there. You weren't talking. Oh, geez, I'm there.
All right, well, welcome, everybody. We've got Thrillbilly Silas Mason on the show tonight. He's the brand new national champion. We're going to talk to him. We're also going to talk about the new era of NWA.
And the new
I have
era.
the cold open that's going to be on Power tomorrow night, so I'm just going to show it on here.
Just do it because it makes my nipples hard. Because let me tell you something, my broadcast colleague here, he has the emotion, he has the fire with the visuals. Put it all together, you get the goosebumps. I'm excited.
What I really get is delicious Big Papa Corn, ladies and gentlemen. Not the sponsor of the podcast, but he gave us some while we were over there.
Look how much I have left. I have been going nonstop. I've just got a little bit of the drizzle left. My favorite flavor.
I didn't get one bag of popcorn. This is
well. Here's the thing, Gary. I also make sure that I order it from BigPapaCorn.com, and he will attest. I buy quite a bit of this stuff. I've been single. Kyle hasn't been because he's got to try to get back into shape. But now that I'm in a relationship again, you know, it's fine.
I can become a fat slob. Good luck getting rid of me, bitch. I won't fit out the door.
No, Samantha likes me the way I am.
You got a T-shirt on. That's a good looking T-shirt, Danny Deals.
Yeah, it is.
Did you get a deal on that somewhere?
Danny Deals is showing off the brand new shirt that's for Knox and Murdoch over at nationalwrestlingalliance.com/shop. That's a closer look at it there. And Deals, if I'm not mistaken, you've got a special promo going until midnight tonight.
It is
Labor
actually.
deals.
It is. It's still the Labor Day sale. It's not over. It's not over
Yet. You can get all of the cool merch. Southern Six. You have that cool Ricky Morton. Hidsley. Is that what that's called? Hidley?
No, it's a ragland.
A ragland.
A three-quarter sleeve cut. A baseball.
It's you're thinking of Hans-Joe Hensley, who worked the tapings. That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
It was more than that. You show them. There you go.
Wait, cement mixers. Explain.
Because they dust everybody they're in the ring with.
Booyah.
They're heavy-handed.
All right. Yeah, I like it.
I like the M95 shirt.
That's pretty cool.
For the younger generation, once upon a time, there was a network called MTV that showed music videos, and that is a parody.
Hot at the time.
Yeah.
It looked like that.
Look at that right there. That's actually from the desk of Joseph and I.
Oh, yeah.
You've got the regular can cooler koozie. You got the tall can koozie. And then, of course, you have the bottle, which the bottle's actually almost gone. I don't know. I only have a few left.
Do me a favor. Do not put them in a high heat setting in a dishwasher. That's all I'm going to say.
Do not do that.
Hilarity will ensue. No, I've washed them in my previous dishwasher, but for some reason, this one, who's to say?
You got a picture of that 76 shirt? Because I think I got about 4 of them left.
Yeah, I got this one here.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I may have to make more of them because I'm down to about. I think I have a medium, maybe a couple XLs, and a larger. There's no 2Xs, no 3Xs, no small.
Boy, Kerry looks shocked by that deal.
He is. Well, he wore his, and he can't believe it. He HBK cut his, and so it's gone.
By the way, isn't it just very fitting that the leader, quote unquote, of the Southern Six, as always, isn't doing the thing that the rest of the Southern Six is doing, which is wearing their own shirt?
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, go your own way. Go your own way. Speaking of the Southern Six, you said that Thrillbilly Silas Mason had limited time with us. When's that happening?
Well, he's supposed to hop on here anytime now, so we'll let him on as soon as he
never happened. Gotcha. You don't leave it up to Thrillbilly if you want that to happen. The man could beat ass, make women fall in love with him, and win championship belts. But when it comes to timely man or anything like that, I don't trust the man. I don't trust the man.
Well, you know what, Kyle? We settled in on about 7:15 for Thrillbilly Silas Mason, and well, guess what?
Baby.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! There he is.
He's here on time. I take it all back.
That's gonna be Thrill. That's gonna be Thrill.
Hold on, let me fix this thing.
Coming,
No, I'm trying to adjust the damn thing.
Becoming the NWA national champion has now made him responsible. He is here on time. He is Southern Six. He is everything there is and more. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
it's
What is
shiny.
that? What is that? What is that? You all said I couldn't do it except for Joe Galley. All the rest of you doubted me, especially Kyle Davis.
Yeah, Kyle, you got heat, brother.
He
That's
said,
not
true.
he
On the
said you
tour.
couldn't show up on time, and he said you weren't going to win the national title. Kyle Davis is 0 for 2 so far.
Yeah, man, he's through a lot of shit.
I had money on him and Pollo's relationship lasting forever. I'm just everything I know is wrong.
That's the thing, man. You're one of those romantic types. That's all you think about is romance, dude. You don't
What
know
can I
how
say?
much I love this belt, dude. Except for this one. There's one part of the belt I don't like. That's where you're at, right there in Florida. Because the Gators suck. And it's football season, baby. And in 2 short weeks, the Tennessee Volunteers are going to wax their ass. Just like the Southern Six is going to wax those no good, dirty, nasty fixers.
Glad to hear that, but enough of soccer.
Tell him, Gary,
Enough
you'll
of
come get him.
soccer.
Tell him you'll come get him.
I'm going to get, like I always say, I'm going to get them. Like I always say that.
What Thrillbilly is talking about there is the main event on Power this week, the Fixers LLC versus the Southern Six. We already know that tomorrow night on the new era of the NWA. The first episode of NWA Power, the Southern Six, is in the main event. That feels right.
That looks
Me and
like
Big
only-
AT were hitting. Me and Big AT were hitting the green whistle a little hard. That's why our eyes are closed in that picture.
Yeah, you look. That looks like an Olin Mills picture right there.
Of all the pictures we took, of the hundreds of pictures, they got to pick that one. But all right. Harry James was politicking for him to. That's the one he looked good at.
He looks
But
bigger
I
than
know
both of you in that one. That's why.
He's standing on a box. he's trying to do the whole thing for the heavyweight title now, but so he had to stand on a couple of phone books.
Yeah.
That is what I hear. So this Southern Six thing, Silas, you won the national heavyweight championship. Congratulations. And you're always you've always been good to us. You're when we talk, you're always jovial. You're joking around.
Great guy.
There's something different about you in the Southern Six, though. I've noticed. You guys, when you go out to the ring, you're very serious. You got something on your mind. There's something different about the Southern Six that comes.
Right.
You guys are together. There's an energy about you. What is this all about?
Well, I mean, and like Joe Galley with the hat on, man, he knows. It's whenever we get out there, it's six business, baby. And the Southern Six is here to take care of business, all 6 of us. And that's the thing. What they don't say is that's a handicap match, and I'm not talking just because Legursky's in it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's riding that small bus. I'm saying it's 6 on 3, dude. And we're just going to wreck them. Ain't that right, Kyle Davis?
That's absolutely correct. I was there for the inception in Australia where the Southern Six came together. It was international. It was a part of home finding themselves and coming up with a plan for the next several years of the National Wrestling Alliance. And I hate to say it, you guys have been living up to expectations here. You're the new national champion. Kerry Morton, of course, was junior heavyweight champion at the time. And Alex Taylor, we don't want to spoil the business that Alex Taylor talked about, but let's just say things are going to be happening with him sooner rather than later. And again, you guys kept on talking about you never know who's in the Southern Six. I know it's you 3. We know that the Texas chapter is being represented right now via hat. And if you make sure you order that hat, by the way, you can be part of your own chapter of the Southern Six, have a little grouping around your home there. They might make you an honorary member. But the fact of the matter is you guys have been on fire right now. But I have to say, at what a sacrifice, Pollo Del Mar, I can't believe the thrill ride. No hesitation, no regret. But then again, that championship on your shoulder, was it worth the sacrifice?
Absolutely, Kyle Davis. Not only in the bump and pay that I'm getting, but because, look, the last couple times I was in there going against the now world heavyweight champion EC3, which I'm still coming after that, son. You better believe that. But the last 2 times I was in the ring, Pollo Del Mar kept screwing it up. I had EC3 beat twice, dead to rights. He was about to take that ride that ain't nobody getting up for him. And then she gets in the way a 3rd time at the Chase. at the biggest event we have of the year, NWA 75. Man, it's like a thing. That old dog was getting old. And when you got an old dog that it can't, it's peeing all over itself, its teeth are falling out, you got to put that dog down. And, it hurt me a lot more than it hurt her because I had to pick that heifer up.
I've seen talk of it, and I have to ask, did you use Pollo to get attention? And now that you are in the Southern
She
Six,
used me to get attention.
Okay.
If anything, look, I'm 6'6", damn near 300 pounds. Hell on wheels. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, as soon as I stepped into the National Wrestling Alliance, and you were there for it, Kyle, even though you've never given me credit for it, every time I came in there, people are just, they can feel the electricity in the room. Mr. Corgan, when he first met me, said, "Mr. Thrillbilly, I'm a big fan." I said, "Nice to meet you, Bill." You know what I'm saying? Like, of course she's going to see that, and she's going to come. I guarantee when I saw her when we were out there on the corner of Cherry and Magnolia up in Knoxville where I met her, that she was the one. Oh, she's like, "Here's a John that's got some cash on him." And yeah, I do, baby, but now I got a lot more of it. And I don't need her weighing me down because I got all this gold weighing me down. And I got my Padres, mi amigos, mi hermanos in the Southern Six to help carry that weight. And it's the weight of the entire nation, baby. So think about that.
Can't argue with that. I'm thinking about it right now.
It'd be a shame.
I've seen you talking to Kevin Keenan in the corner. You got a rep or something?
Hey, kayfabe, brother, kayfabe. And get your wife off the screen.
Nodi in the chats from
That's my
Australia.
son.
She was asking about that flag. If you've got an Australian flag there, and if that's legal
Yeah.
for a member of the Southern Six to have an Australian flag.
There's a southern part of Australia.
Yeah, South Australia, where me and my friend Demi hang out all the time at.
Look at that.
Man's
I'm
unstoppable.
undefeated in Australia. Ain't nobody ever beat me there. That's why they love me. And also, look at this. R.I.P., baby. Greatest to ever do it. Terry Funk.
Forever.
Forever.
I love it.
Itchy bomb.
Gary, I know you got some questions for a guest, do you not?
Well, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of Thrillbilly's business here. So Kerry has talked about also being eager to go for the world's heavyweight championship now that he's no longer the junior heavyweight champion. I'm curious what your thoughts are on that as the national champion who, eventually.
Well, Alex Taylor, he big AT. He's the second biggest man in the group. And so he's been getting on Kerry on a program to put some more weight on to where he's like just at 226 because we don't want to sacrifice too much of his quickness and his mobility. But the whole idea is like, see, Alex Taylor's a champion too, man. His championship just goes to a different school. You don't know her, but we're sitting there and we're trying to get him in a program because of the Southern Six has the national title, the world title. Hell, we'll take the world tag titles, and don't think next year at Crockett Cup we ain't taking that too. The Southern Six is going to be running the NWA, brother. We already do, but we're going to be having it at a vice grip, that iron fist that we're going to rule this whole company with. And I just want to let all you know, we're keeping mental tabs on who's with the Six and who ain't with the Six. Once we're the one who's rolling the nickels around here.
There's a
But Kerry
question.
can go for it if he wants to. That's the answer to it.
There's a question in the chat about the U.S. Tag Champs. Why don't you throw that up there, Gary?
Oh, yeah. Just are the U.S. tag champions in the future for the Southern Six Freebird rules, maybe?
Well, I'm a little iffy on it being called Freebirds rule. We came up with that. There'd be no Southern Six, or there'd be no Freebirds without the Southern Six. Rick and Morton's already said there'd be no Rock and Roll Express without the Southern Six. We're truly a revolutionary and ahead of our time. But yeah, we'll take every single title. I just know for a fact that they don't want to step in the ring with us. So they probably ain't going to sign the contract because they're scared.
All right, fair enough. Now,
You can get me in there with AT. You can get Kerry James and AT. Hell, there's 6 of us. Imagine how many different combinations of guys could be having those belts.
that's true. Damn near infinite, I would say.
Right.
Could be
Mathematically.
Another
I don't know
big
all
thing
the
that's been going around. Everybody's talking about this new era of the NWA, and we know that Power's going to have a new look. You've been there. You've already walked in the studio. You've seen what it looks like. How does that feel to you? Does it feel like a new era for you? And what does that mean to you?
Man, what it means, I want to use that jib to hit somebody with it. I just have to take a class on how to operate the damn thing. Because that thing, dude, it looks cool, man. All the smoke reminded me of back in our tour bus days in Australia. That the whole studio was smoked out, brother.
This
you know what I'm talking about, Kyle Davis.
Yes, I do.
Kyle and Joe being awfully quiet here.
I'm actually doing payroll right now as we're doing this. I got to make sure the champ gets paid.
Right, Joe.
You won't never stop.
Leave Kyle alone. Joe, what do you got?
Gotta get paid, dog.
I mean, the dragon knows about the smoke.
Oh, people don't want that smoke, baby. People don't
No,
want that
baby.
smoke.
No.
But he's wild and y'all mild. You see what I did there? Wild,
So,
mild.
you know, a lot of people say it's one thing to win a championship, but the hardest part of it is to retain that championship. Some of the members of the NWA roster or people beyond that, is there anybody you're looking forward to stepping in the ring with, putting that championship on the line?
They better not doubt my retention. I'm able to retain so good. I've retained for months on end before.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, in terms of people, I'd like to see, man, let's get that big old Talos fella in a shot. I think me thrilled riding a guy who's almost as big as me would be really impressive. Trevor Murdoch, I know him and Mike Knox, both of them. I know they're doing the tag team thing right now, but you got a lot of young guys coming up too. You got Mims. He's looking big and beefy. You got Dak Draper. You know, he's a handsome man, but here's the thing. You never get in a fight when you're too handsome because you got too much to lose. And speaking of which, sexy Jesus, Chris Adonis, hey, throw him in the ring. I'll take them all off, baby. I ain't scared of nothing, dude. That's why I don't do cardio, because I don't run.
You think you can break locks, really? Is that what you're saying?
Brother, you should see all the locks I broke down here in Blount County, Tennessee, brother. I can jimmy my way in or out of anything.
Okay. Don't get hot.
Especially your woman's pants.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
I'll cut you when you're not looking.
Yeah. That's why I don't. There's a respect there.
Leave her out of it.
Well, you just saw his woman, so I don't know if that's
No, that's my son. That's my son, Lubby.
He mentioned your mom.
Well, he started talking about putting old dogs down.
He has his girlfriend and he has his wife, and that was the wife.
I had to tell him, you're only 4, buddy. He ain't coming after you. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Old Thrillski. All right. Thrilly's ready for all comers. But you know that Talos, him and Daisy, they have the U.S. tag strap. So maybe, kill multiple birds with one stone there. You could take them out and get the U.S. tag straps. Him and old Daisy kill.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, look, champion of the whole nation. All right, so the U.S. tag titles basically already belong to me. Think about that.
That's true. All right. That's not a county championship. That is a national championship.
Can't spell international without national, boys.
Julie Mason on here still looking for 4, 5, and 6 though. So,
well, my mama, she's in the know.
Okay.
She's just trying to get a little bit of a.
Oh, that's Mama Thrill. Hello, Mama Thrill.
Oh yeah.
That one coconut pan was wrong, baby. Because here's the thing. I'll tell you this. And here's what people need to know about the 7-6. Number one, that we're hot. We're what's happening. And when you're hot, you're hot. And when you're not.
And there he goes.
Man,
What an out.
That was it. That's Thrillbilly Silas Mason, everybody.
And high note.
Brother was ready.
And I tell you, they walk around the locker room with a new energy. There's a what's the word I'm looking for here? There's just a confidence about them that yeah.
A vibe?
Gestalt. They got a gestalt.
A gestalt. I like that.
Good spot. Well, AT's in the chat. There you go, Joe.
There he is. What's up, brother? How do I add?
Well, now I'm handling W9s. Now I'm making sure the W9s are labeled by everybody's name so finance can find them.
Well,
isn't this fun?
Chat right now too. We didn't talk to the chat that much. We can talk more to them later. But I promised you we promised you Thrillbilly Silas Mason. Also promised the cold open from tomorrow night's NWA Power as an exclusive right here on the live stream. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that.
Let's see it.
It's a new day in the National Wrestling Alliance. Our recent 75th anniversary event was nothing short of legendary, packed with historic moments and electrifying conclusions that shook the wrestling world. Over 2 incredible days, we witnessed history in the making as 8 titles changed hands, rivalries reached their boiling points, and new stars emerged. It was an event that showcased the very best of the National Wrestling Alliance. Building on that incredible momentum, we now stand at the brink of a new era. With a legacy that has spanned an incredible 75 years, the NWA continues to shine as a beacon in the world of professional wrestling, and for nearly 4 years and over 100 episodes, NWA Power has stood as a testament to the enduring spirit of this historic company. Throughout our journey, we've encountered challenges, navigated through hurdles, and emerged stronger, much like the legends who've paved the way before us. Our roster, a diverse ensemble of wrestling talent, encapsulates the core spirit of this storied promotion, and our dedicated fans who stood with us through thick and thin are the heartbeat of the National Wrestling Alliance. Power is changing, evolving, and growing stronger with each passing day. We invite you to join us on this exciting journey as we redefine the landscape of professional wrestling. In this new era, every match is a fierce contest. Every victory is hard-earned, and every moment etches itself into the annals of wrestling lore. This is the National Wrestling Alliance, where history lives and where legends are forged.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Great job, Joe Galley.
Holy crap.
Don't ruin it, Kobe. This is on YouTube.
The only way I could ruin the feeling I have right now is if there's a story time with Rush. So thank God that's not happening, because when I saw he just moved cross country again, he's a wanderer. He can only stay 3 months at a time anywhere.
Hold up.
Hello there. This is Rush Freeman, and this is Storytime with Rush. And on today's episode, I wanted to talk about moving. You see, I've lived in 10 different states, 11 if you count Pennsylvania. That's a whole nother story. But I have lived in this many states, and I just moved into my new apartment in Tacoma, Washington. And, got me thinking, when was the first time that I remember moving? And as far back as I can remember, that was like 1995 when my sister was born. I was 4 years old, and my mom made the baby the priority, and we had just moved into this nice new fancy double-wide trailer in Nowata, Oklahoma. Anyway, my mom's taking care of her baby. She just got out of the shower. She's doing her breastfeeding and all that random stuff moms do, and she wasn't paying attention to me, so I took that time to get to explore the house a little bit. I found a lighter in the kitchen. You can't give a 4-year-old a lighter. So what did I do? I stole it, and I went to my bedroom, and I got underneath the bed, and I played with this little lighter, and I just sat there and played with it until this little lighter just caught the bed on fire. Just a flame that just caught the bed on fire, and
he's an
ran out
arsonist.
scared, and I told my mom, I want to call Grandma. I didn't say anything about the fire. I just told her I want to call Grandma.
This is not
So
helping my opinion.
Door. About 2 minutes later, my mom notices, hey, there's something not right. And so she goes in there and looks. The whole house is now up in flames. And I burned my entire house down at the age of 4 years old. And my dad,
steal Kane's origin
he just
story?
wasn't very happy. He beat the piss out of me after this. I took 9 swats as a 4-year-old. Can you imagine hitting your kid 9 times at the age of 4? I just can't. But anyway, that's my earliest memory of moving, and that's the worst experience I've had so far. But here's to the future. Here's to Tacoma, Washington, and we'll see how this goes. Thank you for tuning in for Toy Time with Rush. Kyle Davis, you suck.
We're gonna drive all night. We're gonna run all the red lights. So baby, turn it up when I feel that rush. Yeah.
What is happening? What?
Gary, how much is you paying? How much is you paying, Gary?
Hey,
You don't have to do this.
hey, he talks about states, and then he goes, and I guess if you want to count Pennsylvania. Homeboy doesn't know Pennsylvania's a state.
I know.
And then I'm like, okay, he's gonna joyfully tell a story where like he accidentally lit something. He burned his house down.
He stole Kane's story. That's Kane's origin story.
Yeah.
Apparently, Rush Freeman.
I had not, and I told him this, so I don't know if he. I mean, I didn't listen to that ahead of time because he got it in so last minute when he said he burned his house down.
He knows.
Whoa.
He knows.
He's not giving me positive stories. In fact, I can now see why Brady Pierce decided to throw his ass out of the Royal. Well, I said the Battle Royal in NWA 75. And by the way, I'm told that Rolando Freeman is thinking about maybe even dropping the Freeman name at this point after all these stories and just going to his other. This family's very complicated. Obviously, you know this, but I'm told that when the family came over to our country, there was a different last name, and Rolando's like, I can't have this Freeman ruin it for me. I guess that remains to be seen.
You know what? I'm going to expand this, Gary. I'm going to give you a lot more work because I know there's several members of the NWA roster who watch this. If any of y'all have a story time and would love to replace story time with Rush with story time with any fucking person other than fucking mean.
Good.
Seriously, what's next? I feel like Rush is going to tell us about murdering a prostitute next week and not see the problem in it.
How are you guys not entertained by story time with Rush?
I'm scared by it.
Every time I was explaining this to somebody, one of the fans the other day, because they were talking about story time with Rush, and I was like, it was because every time Rush talks to me, at least 1 minute in, I'm like, oh my God, what is this? What is happening? What? And that's the magic that you want to give to the people.
I swear he keeps moving because he is killing prostitutes. I'm just putting it out there right now. There's no doubt in my line.
So much.
He's running away from something he's doing wrong.
He's trying to hide the evidence. He's an arsonist and perhaps a prostitute murderer. Sex worker, I'm sorry.
Look at that. Story time with Rush is the reason to tune into this show. So look at that.
Or it's going to be subpoenaed in a criminal case at some point down the road, and we're just helping it along.
Oh, great. Now I got to testify against him. Hope he gets life.
People like story time with Rush.
Goddamn firing squad.
That's cool koozie, Joe. Where'd you get that?
Hey, that's at the. I got it at 75, but it's available at the shop.
Willie Bowen wants story time with Natalia Markova. I can understand that.
That'd be great.
Yeah, she's gonna say, "Danny, where's my hoodie?" That's how she says hi to me.
If Mercurio's in the stories, it's going to get real weird real quick.
Story time with Gags.
Yeah, but Gags doesn't really talk though. There.
Oh, but he could pantomime.
He could, but
he'll act out all the things that you could do to him for $5.
Story time with Wrecking Ball would be fun. Thank you. See, this guy gets.
There you go. Trevor, look. Hey, Trevor, will you please take a picture of your shirt for me?
Yeah. Go outside, put your shirt on, take a picture.
Yeah.
There you go.
Move that merch.
I will say you can listen to the Wise Men podcast with Tyrus and Trevor and G's and EC3's.
Joe's not on that. Rush.
Well, but there are stories there. There is the burying of Rush on that podcast, so it's that's interesting.
They did have the shovels out one episode. I heard that.
You know what? It is what it is. But I can tell you what happened. NWA 75 was history in the making. You saw the package there with Joe Galley talking about it. So many.
Told him, course corrected.
so many championships have changed hands over the course of one weekend. No.
Just Tom's, but he's going to relinquish, right? You got the lucky.
He didn't change hands at 75, so
right. But everybody else,
word on the street is he's dropping it. Yeah, he's gonna cash.
A lot of places, if you look online, a lot of places say 7 titles changed hands. They didn't count the Country Gentlemen losing their belts because that was on the pre-show. But that counts. Pre-show is the show.
It was in St. Louis.
In St. Louis, in the Chase, it counts.
So history has all of a sudden just rewritten itself right now. We have a new world champion, Tyrus, the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He lost the retirement match against EC3. He is no longer in the National Wrestling Alliance as a competitor. And I can tell you this much. I was there for the last weekend. I didn't see him after he lost the championship. So I don't know if we're ever going to see him again. Who's to say? Ladies and gentlemen, everything starts anew tomorrow on NWA Power. And I can tell you this. It has a vibe. And I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm excited for you to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, I just hope that you're good with Evolution, because this product is just becoming something more than it was a week and a half ago. And I hope you enjoy what we got going on for you coming up.
Kyle, you're
It's a
excited
totally
to
different
see
look.
it, but I'm excited to hear it, because the Dealyites will be happy, because it's the Deal Man and Joseph G on the ones and twos.
That's right.
I like that.
It's me and Danny Deals on the commentary desk for this season. Unfortunately, Velvet had to step out, head back home to take care of some personal business. And of course, Tim Storm, I mean, he had that brutal match there with Jack Stane, and I'm not feeling too comfortable there, so he had to take a little bit of time off. But they'll be back. They'll be back.
But the good news is Tim has told us he's feeling better.
Yeah.
He's in a good place. Just had a little bit of a stinger, so it's not like we're never going to see Tim Storm again. Trust me, it's with the weather. It's hurricane season coming up. Storm's coming back.
That Trevor and Aaron are fighting in the chat here.
Good.
Trevor said Aaron Stevens still sucks. Aaron,
Yeah.
is here.
Well, that's
mean.
true.
Wow. I don't know that I agree with that. He's a
I like how they're battling it out on different social media platforms.
well, but they're in the chat.
They're in the
He's
chat.
a battleground.
Stevens is now officially the manager of champions. He's been calling himself that for a while now. He finally has that to back it up. Blunt Force Trauma, of course, winning the
that's a good
NWA
question there by
Tag Team
Eric.
Championships. What's going on right here?
There's a good question there by Eric, if you want to bring that up, Gary. It's long. Came in. Does Tom have the option of keeping the Lucky 7 in his back pocket and keep defending the television title, or if he loses that, he loses the television? Yeah, you can't. You got to cash in.
So theoretically, he could keep it and keep on defending it, but at the
as long
risk
as
of
he doesn't
losing it
lose,
and losing his
lose the
opportunity.
belt, gone. That's the thing. You
Well,
gotta-
I know that I've been backstage, and obviously one of the biggest shocks of NWA 75 was Camille at 813 days losing the NWA World Women's Championship. And my understanding is she wasn't even devastated about it. She said, you know what? I was a champion. I've done it. Let's go on and do something else now. She is pretty much telling everybody backstage, Tom, she is the insurance policy, is going to be the next NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. Cash it in that Lucky 7. So I don't see him holding on to that, because I don't know about you guys. Well, Joe, I know you have a healthy relationship. Gary, I met your wife. You have a healthy relationship. But Deals and I, we're figuring it out. The fact of the matter is that if you're in a healthy relationship,
you don't know. He could be happy. He's going to tell you about it. No, you goddamn business.
Good
guy.
point.
I think that Deals and I are both always in dark places. He smiles about it, and I'm
He's
honest about
obviously
it.
lonely as shit.
But the truth of the matter is, when you're in a relationship, you become a partnership, and pretty much there was a champion in that partnership for many, many years, and now on the other foot. I think Tom Latimer's not holding on to that Lucky 7. I think he's cashing that in. I think Camille and him, they've got a plan, and I think we're all about to witness it.
Yeah.
Trevor's claiming that Aaron stole his jacket from a sofa. I personally know that he purchased that jacket for $10,000. And he has
You
a
know that
$5,000
because that's what he told you.
No, and he has a $5,000 haircut too. But you didn't know that.
Aaron can hop on right now. Somebody just said, I'd rather have Aaron here than Kyle. By all means, please do.
Whoa. Well, Kyle's doing important stuff for us, though. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
Alex Slavinsky? Yeah. That sounds Polish. I got a little
Don't-
Polish in me.
don't
We
take
should,
it
why you turning on your own
Maybe
peeps
will
here?
later
You
tonight.
try to be the heel of this show sometimes.
What's going on,
You get-
Pardua?
Me?
Yeah, like sometimes
I
feel
never
like
try to
sometimes you
be.
try to bring some heat on yourself.
No, I get emotionally hurt when people say they'd rather hear somebody else. I get it. I don't like what I see in the mirror. We're all on the same page. We don't like what we see either. It's fine. Hurts. It hurts.
Kyle, it would have been really nice for you to make your bed before we did this podcast.
We
My
will reach out
Disney.
to Aaron Stevens and see if he would like to come on the show. We can't do it this week, but we will reach out and see if he's interested in coming on the live stream maybe next week.
Gary, we're talking about all this new era of Power. What is on Power tomorrow?
Well, that's a good question. I was going to show this picture too while we were talking about it. There's a picture of the set for anybody who's seen it. I thought this was a nice picture.
I can't
Nice
whistle it.
preview. But you talked about the commentary and I, Kyle, I will, since it feels like I just talk dirty about you, I will say this. A lot of people are going to be happy that you are back at the podium with guests. So that's going to be cool. I think a lot of people were missing those segments where Kyle got to interview people at the podium. So that's coming back. I was excited to see that. Tomorrow night's NWA Power. It's going to be the first time you get the chance to see that. 6:05 on Tuesday. The time remains the same. Everything else changes. Almost every title.
What blonde highlights there.
I know.
Yeah.
EC3.
Oh my God, they all have it.
Man, well, maybe Kratos. I don't know. Is that in the
Not to dispute.
Tomorrow night, we're going to see Brady Pierce take on Rolando Freeman. We didn't hear about this in story time with Rush, but that's going down.
Because Rush is only concerned about Rush, and Brady Pierce, he's sick of it, and he's sick of Rolando being the guy that backs him up on that. Brady Pierce coming to his senses, I think, deciding that maybe the spectacular move would be to leave the Spectaculars.
Yeah, he's tired of both of them. Brady Pierce is ready to be. He's ready to be a star, and he's being held down by the dead weight. That's what he told me personally. People talk to the deal, man.
I believe that. Brady Pierce has got everything he needs to be a star, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out with Rolando. We talked about Kyle Davis.
Media M5 with that comment there. I like Media M5's view on the world in the chat. You don't have to put it up on the screen. It was
probably a better
moderately
idea
questionable.
than
Don't put it on the screen.
Yeah.
Then I was going to say Kyle Davis returns to the podium, and his first guest is going to be EC3. Look at that. Or
The NWA World's Heavyweight Champion himself, the Overman, the Over Champ. He's coming down off the mountain, and he's going to grace us with his presence, and I'm going to have a chance to chat with him as he addresses the NWA Nation.
You know, it's not on here on the graphics, but I'll say also I've seen a preview of what's to come, and you're also going to get pretty empowered as well. You'll hear from Kinsey and the women's tag team champions tomorrow night also. And how about this one? I like this matchup. The Immortals are going to take on the Outrunners tag team action.
Whoa,
that's going to be awesome. I love this. We've
Turbo
seen the
Ford
Immortals recently get in the face of Talos and Daisy Kill. And so,
I'm a big fan of the Outrunners. I'm a big fan of the Immortals. I just feel bad for the Outrunners having to go against the Immortals. I don't think it's going to end up great for them, but still, very entertaining tag team that I hope to see more of in the National Wrestling Alliance. But first, they've got to survive the newly reformed Immortals.
Yeah, Odinson out there chewing on guardrails and everything before he comes in. And then old Crouton's there. He's always in a bad mood. He's got that goatee tied so tight. Outrunners, they may not be able to outrun the Immortals. Huh? See that?
I like what you did there. I like that.
Yeah.
How about a title match? We're going to get Max is going to defend their TV title for the very first time tomorrow night versus Taylor Rising. And that's going to be a huge fight. This is the first one, right? Max didn't defend.
I believe so.
No, it was the second. She defended against Ruthie J on night 2.
Ruthie J, that's right. Night 2, they defended against Ruth. Yeah, okay. So this is the second defense. So Max on their way to the Lucky 7. That's going to be interesting. Let's see if Taylor Rising showed a lot of promise in that
love Taylor
gauntlet too. So excited.
Better show a little bit more getting in there with Max. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Max crazy as hell.
That's true.
And not only that, folks, I understand that the man that you see on the left there, old Cindy Minnie.
Oh, yeah.
He might have a big-time announcement for you as well coming up on Power. So.
Oh, really? Old Ming the Merciless finally caught Flash Gordon. That's what he's going to tell us.
Exactly.
Congratulations on you dads out there who got that joke. I love that. And then the main event tomorrow night, of course, we just talked about with the man himself, Thrillbilly Silas Mason. The Southern Six. On the
Actually, hold on. I know that there's been a change in this. Brady has been replaced by the Fixer, the masked man that the Fixers LLC have brought in. I just wanted to say that there hasn't been a change in this match.
You mean Matt? Oh, no, Jay Bradley? Wait, who's getting the replacement?
Yeah, Bradley is what he meant. Jay Bradley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jay Bradley is getting replaced by the Fixer. I think
it's the Fixer.
We can just move on to the next slide so we don't have to show this inaccurate one anymore. There you go.
We are the next slide, pal.
So it's the Fixer.
Accurate slide now.
The Fixer. Matthew and Dougie Legursky. Yeah, they're in trouble.
Real quick, what was everybody's favorite moment of last weekend? NWA 75 and then the TV tapings. What was your favorite moment? Deals, you go first.
Probably Kenzie winning the world title.
What a success story. It's been, 3 years?
Yeah.
Evolution, becoming everything she always wanted to be in her youth and still in her youth. She took that Shawn Michaels gear, and now she's the champion. Loses the TV title.
But really pretty empowered altogether too, because Ella is kind of like Michael Jordan. She's had a three-peat now, right?
It's crazy, yeah.
Title 3 times with 3 different members. So they're both amazing accomplishments.
I was gonna say Kinsey as well. Just it's hard to argue with that being the most shocking moment of NWA 75. It just blew my mind that it happened. Like even though like EC3 felt like he was working uphill to win the World's Heavyweight Championship, it just felt like Camille was invincible. And to see that finally, that reign, that 813-day reign finally come to an end, that was outstanding.
Maybe the genius Aaron Stevens leading the Blunt Force Trauma to the tag team titles. That was a really good moment too.
How about not just winning the World Tag Team titles, but then also defending them successfully against Knox and Murdoch, a fresh Knox and Murdoch the next day. I mean, you could argue with the way it all went down, but still escaping NWA 75 with those tag titles. You just knew whoever went into night 2, Knox and Murdoch was going to destroy, and somehow Blunt Force Trauma are still your tag team champions.
What about you, Kevin?
I had one of my favorite moments of it was Colby Carino winning the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship. I've known Colby since he was a young man. I get along with him backstage. I love his dad. And let's face it, Kerry could be obnoxious as shit at times, especially as of late. So that was a great moment. And then a follow-up moment would be the discovery of how much people love cartwheels. Legit. There was a lot of moments in NWA 75. We've talked about the big ones. Tyrus retiring, Thrillbilly winning the national title, Kenzie's ascension to the women's championship. But then it's the little smaller things that sometimes stand out. And being in a room full of people chanting, "Do another cartwheel," and everybody just literally forgetting that the world could be complete shit at times and just lost themselves in such a ridiculous happy moment, that got me. Seriously. Though that and Joe and I being adorable, recording something for a future program that hasn't been announced yet. That was nice too.
That was fun.
I like this one, Alonzo versus Homicide. That did not turn out the way anybody thought it was.
That
Alonzo showed up in my hotel room and smacked me in the face because I was talking about.
Did everybody else? As a matter of fact, I have that right here.
And in a surprise to no one, Joe Alonzo, obviously not living up to being a real man, had to resort to pulling the trucks of Homicide. Joe Alonzo, one day, hopefully, can win a match on his own accord.
This motherfucker.
Joe Alonzo, I asked for a plate of croissants. You work room service?
You're a bitch.
So here's the weird thing about that. I was stuck in Nashville an extra day because of the hurricane hitting Florida. Joe Alonzo had already went home. So Joe Alonzo went back to Chicago, saw that, ran his ass across the country just to slap me. That's dedication. Also, what a stride on that guy.
Not only that, Kyle, I know that you might have got slapped in the face, but I got screwed way harder because I was waiting for the elevator after that motherfucker hit all the buttons. Like, I was stuck. And I know it was him. I know it was you, Joe.
Also, I really did order a plate of croissants from room service, and I did not get them. So I think that little bastard stole them as well.
I think he ate it.
Somebody in the chat had talked about one of the he hit me with his pee-pee hands. Yeah. Somebody in the chat was talking about the brutal Natalia Markova versus Camille match, and you're absolutely correct. In fact, I had, from my vantage point, I had a little, I don't know if you could see that from here.
Could have sent that to Gary. Could have sent it to Gary.
Oh!
Yeah, it worked, and I could have got it.
I believe I did send that to Gary, like, over the weekend, but still.
You did, and it was on socials, I think, so.
I also got this young man hitting the green whistle. Oh, yeah, look at that vibe. Oh, he's feeling it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Joey G.
Scroll any further.
75 moment, Joey G.
Oh, I I don't want to be repetitive in saying the things that we've said before. Look, I like to. Obviously, we had a lot of historic moments, but I think the bigger story are the moments that are going to lead to the next big historic moment. And there's obviously a lot of heat with the Clowns and the Werewolf Brothers, as Deals would like to call it. I mean, there's friction in all these different directions that we're going in every division, but I mean,
they watch their Peter Cushing. They know.
No kidding. But the Brothers of Construction and La Rebellion and Vampiro and Violent J, we ain't seen the end of that. And I'm looking forward to it. Boy, that pie in the ring. Come on.
I love that they gave me the footage of that too, that they just filmed themselves doing the pie in the face. That was pretty impressive.
By the way, super weird talking to Violent J about Stranglemania, how I discovered Japanese deathmatch wrestling back in '95. Obviously, ICP had that there. So it was one more weird little moment in life where you're like, hey, the NWA, we always have people from all walks of life appearing. And there, you never know who's going to show up. You should come to the live events. We got a big announcement about that. I'm told happening tomorrow with Sinister Minister, if you missed that earlier in the show.
That is the word on the street. I think the one thing we can come to a conclusion on here is that NWA 75 was one of the best pay-per-views. Like, if you did not see NWA 75, you're going to go...
Even if you've seen the results, you don't know how we got there. And, the production level is far and above anything that we've ever had before. The chase was at capacity every night. We had to add chairs for night 2. Like we had to find space for more people to buy tickets to get in. Don't tell the fire marshal, even though it's a little late now. So, we had to make it work. And so it's definitely worth it for you to go ahead and order that pay-per-view now, watch it, enjoy it. It'll be a fantastic evening for you.
Yeah, and it's the technical beginning of this new era of NWA that's happening right now. Everything leads to this moment tomorrow night. NWA Power 605. You're gonna want to see this. I love everything about it. Just the whole setup, the entrances, every part of it is just special. You're gonna dig it, and the matches. I mean, you've already seen the lineup already. We're gonna start off with a bang. Those matches are huge, guys. It's almost time for us to wrap up, but it might be a new era, but we still can't get out of here without a moment of Sal.
All right, here we go.
Roses are red. My love can't be dead. There's no shame in your pride. In a world full of bridesmaids, be the bride. I do.
Fun fact, that guy never burned his house down as a child. That guy never accidentally hurt an animal. That guy never caught his testicle on a fishing hook.
He's still crazier than Shithouse Rat. I mean,
am I telling other stories about Rush that he hasn't talked about yet? Okay.
Our biggest disappointment is that last week neither of you, Kyle or Joe, could be here, and he was looking forward to you guys getting to see Butterbean special guest star in a moment of Sal last week. So that was something special.
The week before.
On socials, we'll pick it up.
Yeah, the week before last. But anyway, anything else you guys want to add?
What's that code?
Oh yeah. Let's get the code back up there.
It's been good.
Labor deals, 20% off till midnight. NationalWrestlingAlliance.com/shop.
Or that.
Right there.
Or these.
I love it. I'll show
them. Got a couple of them shirts Gary's wearing too. Not many though.
Yeah.
A couple of smalls. Got one medium. Got some 5X. That's about it.
That's last year's shirt. I just opened up a drawer.
Get those M95 shirts.
M95 ones too.
Yeah. So there's 6. You got a few more of those. And don't forget that sweet Knox and Murdoch Submit Mixer shirt.
Yeah, if you like fisting, this is the shirt for you.
Dilsey, you got any posters from 75? I didn't grab one.
We sold them all.
They sold out, yeah. They sold out.
I think I have one left that Billy signed, and that's it.
Oh, well, hold on to that one for me.
It's on the website. It might have been.
Take it down. Take it down right now.
Buy it before me.
Unless somebody in the chat wants to go rush to purchase it right now to spite Joe Galley.
I know. Let's see if we can get it. Maybe this should be the segment: is race to see who can buy the thing I want.
Yeah, there you go. And you can get 20% off of that right now with labor deals.
Deals.
Go do that. And Billy Corgan's autograph. So there you go.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
rarely signs anything too. I caught him on a moment, I guess.
Yep, there you go. All right. Well, if you guys have nothing. Oh, wait, hold on. Rush Freeman. Kyle Davis, what kind of story would you like to hear next week on Storytime with Rush? What emotion would you like to experience?
I would love Rush to disappear, and then the moment of Sal is Sal trying to find what happened to Rush as Detective Pal.
And Joe Alonzo doing commentary to it.
Yes!
There you go.
Oh my God.
Now we're
We can
telling
make that happen, Rush. Mandy, I also love that today's show was
Look, Joe.
chaotic. Those are the best shows for
It
me.
wasn't chaotic.
No, it wasn't. Actually, we were able to prompt each other with nuance, and then that would segue into a thing. We did a great job today, guys. Pat yourself on the back.
It almost seemed professional.
Sherry said she'll buy it for you, Joe.
Where's the chips? Let's see what I got right here. All right. Well, right now we have Crispy Taco Limited Edition. It's a Crispy Taco flavored chip from Lay's. Limited Edition. Yep, that's a pretty tasty chip.
This is snack hour.
We were already eating this earlier in the day. The bigpapacorn.com. Seriously, I go for the caramel chocolate drizzle, but there's plenty of flavors. It's always a good gift. If you start seeing somebody, send them some popcorn. If they don't like popcorn, they're a monster.
Oh, it's keto-friendly. Right? I think so.
Yeah.
Could be. We've also got up here some emerald honey glazed cashews. If you're trying to eat a little bit healthier, that's always the way to go.
Al Davis doesn't have a kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. He has to keep his snacks in his room.
I keep them next to my laptop so I can do work. I got 3 screens here, and I've got 3 bags of snacks.
I always feel like there's that thing about showbiz, like you leave them wanting more, and we
Nope, we're gone. Let's go.
and they're done. Everybody's like, okay, we're good. Thanks.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for being here, everybody. Seriously, everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. We can't wait to see you next week. Till then, please enjoy your gravy cake.